leadership who are extending well wishes to you today. In addition to that, I'm here on my own behalf as editor-in-chief of the International Focus magazine. I mentioned to you that we are starting a magazine to tell a new story of Liberia. Business, culture, and tourism, strengthening ties that keep us together. It will launch next week. It's dedicated to Liberia, telling your story. The first interview was with Honorable John Sharouk Siafa. He is in this magazine along with stories from the former Minister of Agriculture, Madam Cooper. You have other stories here from distinguished personalities to tell the story of this nation, why Liberia matters. We also want to tell the story of why African Americans, to your point, under your agenda of tourism, African Americans need to know that this is their home away from home. And we want to have the cola nut shared with our family here and our family back home. So on behalf of the IF family, I wanted to present this to you before I present the MAP International President. We made a promise to you that we would tell a new story of Liberia. So I also want to let you know I'm the editor-in-chief not only for this magazine in Monrovia, but also in Atlanta. We have covered your inauguration in this magazine. 50,000 people have seen this particular magazine. It's posted on our website, social media, and we have you inside along with your presentation as the 26th, President of 26th, along with other important stories for you to share. So may I please officially present these to you, Your Excellency. On behalf of International Focus Magazine, I'd like to present these to you.
And the presentation there, as His Excellency receives. But we're coming to you live from the Executive Mansion online platform at the grounds of the Executive Mansion.
Official business we have in hand. It is my distinct honor and pleasure, as you know. I also have served as a former member of the Board of Directors for MAP International over the years. They have done such outstanding work to make sure that the healthcare system of this nation is improved and strengthened. So in conversations with the Madam Minister here, she thought it would be a great idea to have the President make a visit here to give you an honorary gift on behalf of the people in the Republic of Liberia. You will hear more about it. But over the years, MAP has done more than $45 million in donations to this nation. They want to continue to provide medicine for children, medical supplies, equipment that will help strengthen this country. We know the need is great. So today, there will be a certificate of donation that MAP International will make. This is the president, Mr. Steve Sterling, who you've met previously. Suki, the wife, who you've met also, and Brooke Allison. She's also a program director. So again, Mr. President, we're delighted to be here. Thank you so much. We're so honored that you took time out of your very busy schedule. We know you're extremely busy to accept this donation today. The certificate of donation will be presented. I'd like to now turn it over to Mr. Steve Sterling, President of MAP International, to make an official presentation to you. Thank you, Your Excellency.
And the President himself of the...
Thank you for your time. I was spending a bit of time with us. I'm so grateful. Thank you for your kind introduction. And thank you, Mr. House Odo and staff, legislature of Liberia, and also the former Ambassador. Also, thank you for your staff that's making our visit so wonderful to Liberia. I remember the first time when we met in 2000, I believe it was either 16 or so, and you were vice president then, and you both been in MAP International, including my wife and myself. And so we fell in love with Liberia. MAP has been working in Liberia for more than 20 plus years. And so on behalf of MAP Board of Directors, our staff, and our partners, we are so fortunate to be able to partner with the Ministry of Health in providing life-saving medicine to Liberia. This past year alone, we were fortunate to be able to donate $45 million worth of medicine and health supplies. So just a privilege to partner with y'all. Yesterday, we had the time and just wonderful visit in villages and programs in Swakopmund. And there's a former leprosy colony there, and so we could see it develop. And now MAP is able to help build a school there, and seeing the children and the future, they're so excited to see what's happening. And some of them we asked them what they would like to be, And someone said a doctor, another one said a pastor, a chemist, a midwife. And there was a boy that said midwife to help bring on new life into Metro Liberia. So it's exciting to be part of this great nation. So thank you for allowing us to be with you. And so we would like to present to you a symbolic gift on this trip. And so we'll ask if you wouldn't mind reading the certificate, and we actually have the product to present to the Minister of Health. But if you can read that certificate, please.
In support of the President's Rescue Liberia, MAP International is delighted to donate 4 pallets of antibiotics to the people of Liberia through the Office of the President. This donation signifies a gesture of goodwill, support, and continued dedication toward the healthcare initiatives in Liberia. The antibiotics will help treat more than 80,000 adults and more than 1,600 children, which will contribute significantly to improving the health and well-being of the citizens of Liberia, particularly in combating infectious diseases and promoting public health. We express our sincere appreciation to the President of Liberia for their acceptance of this donation and for the continued support in advancing the welfare of Liberian people. We look forward to continued and expanded partnership in providing medicine.
The reading of the document there. And we're coming to you live.
It's okay if I don't stand up.
And the presentation to His Excellency the President as he receives right here live online on the Executive Mansion online platform. Presentation by MAP International to the Liberian government under the watch care of His Excellency President Boakai.
Also, we'd like to present to you the President and yes, or also the First Lady. Yes, all right, security and open So this is from the First Lady and from my wife, and this is for you, Mr. President. We understand.
2 separate gifts, First Lady and His Excellency.
I understand that you like writing pens, so that's the President.
Yes, I told
And these are
That's covered with, it's designed to cover with mother, like, and then is that, design, the design is the first one Korean alphabet was published 100 years ago. So the king said was very disciplined. That's what I am thinking. He always about people who is low class people. That's why he invented this alphabet for the low class people. And then so hopefully when you write all that, you always remember thinking about caring for the people who need help.
The wife of the MAP President.
is a, I'd like to present this to Minister of Health, Photo.
Presentation now to the Ministry of Health,
The prop pen,
the Minister
and then
for that
also
matter,
for the legislator, please.
and then the legislature.
And then, if I may just finish with one story. I remember when we met in December, this was 6 or 7 years ago. And you were so welcoming, and you were the vice president, but you took time to host a dinner for Matt and us. And we recall you were so apologetic because I had to walk up 3 flights of stairs. So thank you for, this was much easier in the elevator, but we were so honored that you would take the time to come in to receive us and now spending time with the president in your busy schedule. I'd also like to share one story. People often ask me, what's your passion? Why do you want to come to a place like Liberia? Because it's a long way, you know. And the passion is because we are called by God to be servants, and that means to serve others. And I realized why I was afflicted with polio when I was 1 year old. I was not born this way. I was at polio because the vaccine was not available in Korea then. And I lived in an orphanage for 5 years, and then came to America. I was adopted. And so I can identify with orphans to the least of these, and the access to medicine should not be based on where you're born or who your parents are, because we all need access to medicine, hypertension, cardiovascular, diabetes medicine, antibiotics, freedom of vitamins, all these important medicines. And that's why we are so honored to be able to work with Minister of Health to provide these medicines. Matt's been working over 20 years, and as we celebrate our 70th year of being in existence, we look forward to hopefully even doubling what we are able to do in Liberia. So, with your administration and with your efficient way of getting these products in, it will be very important because these products are donated to MAP. We do produce some, but most of the medicines are donated to MAP, and they have a relatively short shelf life. So it's so important to get it through the system very quickly, because if you do that, we can provide more, even more. So we're so honored to be able to do that. And meeting people of Liberia, and when you're helping them, it is so enriching. And my wife and I remember we was in Gamba, way north, and it was at a Burley ulcer clinic, and they were being treated with Burley ulcer. And as we were approaching that clinic, and it was not air conditioned, it was outside, and it was warm, we heard people singing praises to the Lord while they were waiting to be served. And it was such a memorable time for Suki and I to witness that. And it is such a pleasure and honor, and it's a privilege to be in this work together. I want to thank you for your support, continued support, and we just ask God's blessing in Liberia and your administration and your whole staff and your legislative body and people of Liberia. So thank you for being with us. God bless you.
That's the president of MAP International.
Mr. President, and hello, wife,
And now His Excellency, the president.
Brian, the committee, minister, members of the legislative committee. You already heard a story. They will come a long way with that. Many years of service to this country. But I can tell you, a lot of time, this couldn't have come at a better time. Because people around here knew the urgency of the need at this moment. And the last time I was in the back when I heard that there was a flight, I think that took only at the airport, at the medical supply, and I called the minister. And it took a long time, but I want to thank you. I want to thank you because this is the real problem in this country. Medical supply, getting to the right community, the right hands, can understand. So I'm happy that I really hearing the story, the time that we were providing medical supply to this country. We just want to say we are so grateful for this heartwarming gesture. And that's not being the first. And I'm happy you have someone in between Cynthia, a good friend, and who had always been reminding us about a blessing to us. And we want to say thank you very much. I can assure you at this time that we do have here a Minister of Health, a minister that is very committed to ensuring that these products not only remain with right hands, but you think it's difficult to earn money, start giving it out. You get things for people, it's not an easy, even the process to pack the sales. There's a lot of work involved, and we know how that happens. It has to come from the heart. It has to come from the heart. So I want to thank you so much, Madam Minister. But, I mean, the program, but you have them now, you have the presentation there, and this is why you've been running from, part of it, part of the story. And
the onward
listen to that.
presentation to the minister.
I'm gonna read this, but again, we have to talk because we have got a lot of things to get on. I know you're very engagement with the black community colleges, they work with Liberia. Dr. Grant has been a very big help also. I never see Grant come here so often. Last time I was on the stage, we met in Delaware, we met Senator Kuhn, and he's been here. Thank you so much. As a matter of fact, we've seen you through the joint cooperation that's in Canada. We have another consignment that's coming, not compared to the magnitude, but is some effort they have made. So thank you so much.
Response from His Excellency President.
Where are you?
I'm at the Farmington and I'm coming to the road to launch the next.
But
It'll be tomorrow.
tomorrow,
I'm here until next Sunday, so hope to get here.
which hotel?
Yeah, tomorrow.
That's it from this point. This presentation to the Liberian government.
Madame Sylvia, the first lady, and then magazine, did a research of articles, which is already published.
You've been viewing right here of the Executive Mansion online platform.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you very much for this wonderful donation to Liberia. Let me join the President to say thank you for all of what you've done for this country in the past. But let me let you also know that this is one of the best times that you have intervened. In January, when the President spoke to the legislature, one of the key things he highlighted was the issue of drugs in the facilities. Because we inherited a very challenging health sector. And so we are very glad for this donation. We look forward to working with you. We can also assure you that the Ministry of Health that we work with as legislation will ensure that this donation reach to the needed and will be used for the intended purpose. Thank you very much, and may God bless all of us.
It looks like that's where we.
Mr. President, do you mind me just adding the four little words from my state of life, which is the state of Delaware, of which we do all of these things, and of which you have given us that you last visited for the great things that are happening. And the four letter word that we use most in the state of Delaware is the word hope, HOPE. And what MAP have done over the years and collectively with all of our collaboration comes in that word of hope. Help other people everywhere. Thank you, Mr. President.
So, thank you, Mr. President.
their dedication. This donation is one of the best that our president has said. We are having the best time in our lives. The constituencies that we represent, we are so challenged. So this is good, and like the senator just said, we will make sure it reach to the people. We'll do the policies, and we'll stand by the Minister of Health. As you can see, the women are numbered. And when you talk about medication or health, you talk about women first. So the minister is a woman, the senator chair is a woman, the house chair is a woman. And coincidentally, most of our CEOs for the institutions are women. So this is a challenge, and this has to build the trust of what our president told us during the inauguration, the 100 days deliverables. So this will also build the hope of our people. So we want to make sure it's delivered, and we say thank you. We're looking forward for more interactions. Thank you, my ambassador. Thank you.
That's it.
I agree with you, the women. This is why my wife, 42 years, enables me to do what we do together. So we are here to throw excited to help even more. And we would love to actually double. The last year we did 45 million. We would love to double that. So it's a matter of how do we get that.
In Liberia, I said, the man made a big decision. You can make a small decision, but it will make decide the decision. It's one of the small things.
That's right. One step, word of wisdom.
But, we got a long way to go, and we appreciate it so much. So I think.
So that is where we will leave it. You've been viewing right here from the grounds of the Executive Mansion on the E-Mansion platform. And the entire team, Madam Kula Fofana, the head of this team, the Presidential Press Secretary, Madam Kula Fofana, Lavette Famule is also part of this team. Joe Blackie is a cameraman right here. And on behalf of the entire team, thanks a million for viewing from wherever you are. My name is Emmanuel Kippard. We catch up with you another time. Thanks for tuning in.